Welcome back to our Total Quality Management training series. In this chapter, we'll be exploring one of the most effective tools for understanding and improving complex processes, value stream mapping, or VSM. Now, why is this topic so important? Because in today's fast-moving world, inefficiency is costly, not just in money, but in time, customer trust, and organizational morale. Many organizations believe they understand their processes, but in reality, they often see only fragments of the whole picture. VSM changes that. It gives us a way to step back, visualize the entire flow of value, and ask, where is value being created for the customer, and where is it being wasted? By the end of this session, you'll understand what a value stream map is, why it's critical in TQM, the key elements it contains, how to build one step by step, and how organizations, from factories to hospitals to offices, use VSM to transform performance. Let's start with a clear definition. A value stream map is a visual representation of all the steps, both value-adding and non-value-adding, required to deliver a product or service to the customer. It's not just a flowchart of activities. It captures three flows at once: the flow of materials, how raw inputs or information move; the flow of information, how schedules, orders, and instructions are communicated; and the flow of time, including cycle times, waiting times, and delays. Where a process flowchart might just show what happens, VSM shows how well it happens. It integrates data and performance measures right into the visual map. The purpose isn't just to document the current state, it's to expose the disconnects, bottlenecks, rework loops, and delays that stand in the way of smooth, efficient, customer-focused flow. In short, VSM is like an X-ray of your organization's processes. It lets you see the bones of value creation and the fractures of waste. Now, let's connect VSM to total quality management. TQM is built on the foundation of customer satisfaction, continuous improvement, and teamwork. Value stream mapping aligns with all three. Customer focus. VSM forces you to ask, does this step create value the customer is willing to pay for, or is it waste? This ensures improvements target what truly matters to customers. Continuous improvement. By visualizing the whole process, VSM reveals where the biggest gaps and inefficiencies lie. You're not just firefighting symptoms, you're tackling systemic problems. Collaboration across functions. A value stream almost always cuts across departments. Sales takes the order, operations builds it, quality inspects it, and logistics ships it. VSM brings these groups together in a shared picture of reality. That shared understanding is essential for coordinated, lasting improvements. Without VSM, organizations often optimize one department at the expense of the whole system. With VSM, you optimize the end-to-end flow of value, and that is the essence of TQM. Now, let's dive into the anatomy of a value stream map. A typical map includes these elements. Process boxes, each representing a major step like machining, testing, or shipping. Arrows, showing how materials or information flow from one step to the next. Data boxes, below each process, showing metrics like cycle time, uptime, setup time, or number of operators. Inventory triangles, small triangles often used to mark waiting points, queues, or stockpiles. Information flow lines, usually jagged or straight arrows showing how orders, schedules, or approvals are communicated. One of the most insightful features is the timeline at the bottom. This shows value-added time. The time spent actually transforming the product or service in a way the customer values. Non-value-added time, the waiting, moving, batching, and delays. Here's the shocking truth. In most processes, less than 10% of total lead time is truly value-added. Imagine a 20-day lead time where only 2 hours are actual productive work. That realization alone is often the spark for transformational change. Now, how do you actually create one? Here's the step-by-step approach. Select the value stream. Don't try to map everything. Choose a product family, a customer segment, or a critical service flow. For example, map how a single order moves from customer request to delivery. Form a cross-functional team. VSM is not a desk exercise. Bring together people from every stage of the stream: operators, engineers, supervisors, schedulers, even customer service reps. Everyone sees different parts of the process. Go to the Gemba. Gemba means the real place: the shop floor, the office, the clinic. Observe and measure what is really happening. Write down cycle times, record inventories, and note delays. Don't rely on assumptions or what's written in procedures. Draw the current state map. Sketch each step in order. Add the data boxes, flows, and inventory points. Include both material and information flows. This is your baseline picture of reality. Analyze for waste. Now ask the critical question: which steps add value for the customer and which don't? Look for the 7 wastes of lean, overproduction, waiting, transportation, overprocessing, excess inventory, motion, defects. Design the future state map. Now comes the fun part: envisioning what the process should look like. Apply lean concepts like one-piece flow, pull systems, supermarkets, takt time alignment, and better information flow. Build an implementation plan. A map without action is just a drawing. Develop a phased improvement plan. Assign owners, set timelines, then track progress against the future state. This cycle, current state, future state, action plan, creates a continuous improvement loop. Each iteration gets you closer to streamlined, waste-free value delivery. Let's bring this to life with examples. Manufacturing. Example: imagine an aerospace supplier producing electronic modules. Raw boards arrive but sit in inventory for 2 weeks. They're processed in large batches, then wait for testing. Out of a 25-day lead time, only 3 hours are actual value-added work. By mapping the flow, the team sees the problem: big batch sizes and poor scheduling. By introducing smaller batch flow and pull scheduling, they cut lead time by half and reduce defects. Service example. Now consider a hospital emergency department. Patients arrive, wait for registration, wait again for triage, wait for a doctor, wait for tests, and wait again for results. A VSM uncovers that the majority of time is patients waiting, not receiving care. By reorganizing the intake process and improving information flow between triage and lab services, the hospital reduces patient lead time and increases satisfaction. These examples highlight that VSM is not just for factories. It applies to services, healthcare, government, software, logistics, and more. Any process where value is delivered to a customer. To wrap up, let's summarize. Value stream mapping is more than a diagram. It's a strategic tool. It helps organizations see the whole process, not just isolated steps. Quantify value added versus non-value added time. Align cross-functional teams around a common understanding. Design a better, waste-free future state. In total quality management, where the goal is system-wide improvement and customer satisfaction, VSM is indispensable. It transforms improvement efforts from scattered fixes into focused, systemic change. So, as you continue your TQM journey, remember this: if you want to improve results, you first need to see the entire flow of value. Only then can you build a system that truly delivers excellence. Thank you for joining me in this chapter on value stream mapping. In our next session, we'll continue expanding your toolkit for achieving world-class quality and performance. Check out our other training videos in this series where we continue to delve deeper into the 6 pillars of total quality management, as well as tools, benefits, and how to implement TQM in your organization. Thank you for joining, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos from All Things Quality.